Hello dear students. So today we shall discuss one more topic in second unit, and that is the Ohm's law in point form. Ohm's law in point form. Okay. So it's a very important derivation. So let's see. The current through a given area in the electric charge passing through the per unit time is represented as I equals to dq upon dt. Okay, so this is what this I is the current which is represented as charge per unit time. Okay, now if I talk about the current density, so how can we represent the current density? The current density is represented by J, and it is given by J equals to del I upon del S. Okay, where what is del I? Del I is the current that flows through the planar surface del S. Okay, so del I is the current which is flowing through the planar surface del S. So from here we have this del I equals to J del S. Okay, so we can write like this. And if the current density is not normal to the surface, if the current density is not normal to the surface, then if current density is not normal to the surface S, okay, then this del I will be equals to J dot del S. Okay, because this J del S is the special case when it is normal, and when J is not normal to us, then del I can be represented as J dot del S. Okay, so now if we want to calculate the total current flowing through the surface S, total current flowing through the surface S, total current flowing through the surface S, then simply we can integrate this equation on the both sides and we will get the total current. So your I will be this surface integral of J dot del S, and here it will not be del, obviously if we are integrating, so it will be J dot ds. Okay, so I equals to surface integral of this current density. Okay, now let us consider a filament. Okay, let me draw partition first. So let us consider a filament, and when there is flow of charge of density rho v at velocity u through the filament, then how we will represent the del I. Okay, so let's draw this first. So let us consider this filament, okay, and let us suppose that rho v is the volume charge density, okay. Along this axis is your u is the velocity, okay, and let's consider that this one, the width is del y, okay, and the area is del of s, okay. So in this case we have considered this filament, and when there is flow of charge of density rho v at velocity u, and u is along the y axis, so we can write this u as uy and the unit vector is ay, okay, since u is along the y axis, okay. So in this case what will be del I? In this case what will be del of I? So del of y equal to what? Del q upon del t, okay, charge per unit time, okay. Now what will be this charge? If we talk about this charge, what will be this charge? Since it is a volume charge density, so rho v multiplied by this volume, that will give you the charge. Why? Because see, the volume charge density rho v is what? This is your charge upon volume, charge per unit volume. So from here, if we want to calculate q, so this q will be what? Rho v into v, and here rho v is given, but what will be this v? Volume. So volume will be what? Volume will be this del y into this s, okay, this del y into this s, okay, then you will get the volume of this filament, okay. So this del q can be replaced as what? This, now this del I equals to, this del q can be replaced as rho v del s del y, okay, and upon this del t, okay. So this del I equals to rho v del s del y upon del t. Now what is this del y upon del t? It is the distance per unit time, so its velocity. So this del y upon del t can be written as this uy, okay, because u, the velocity is acting along y direction, okay. So this del I equals to this rho v and del s and this uy, okay. So the current density is directed in y direction, okay. So now if we write the current density J along this y direction, then Jy will be how much? This will be del I upon this del S, okay. And if we talk about this del I upon del S, then if this del S will come into the denominator, then what, by what term we can represent this? Here it will be rho v into u of y, uy, okay. So in general it is along y direction, but in general how can we represent this J? So this J can be represented as J equals to rho v, that is volume charge density, multiplied by this velocity, okay. So in this way we can represent this J, okay. Put it as equation 1. So we have got this equation that J equals to rho v into u, and this one is our first equation, okay. Now let's proceed further. When electric field is applied, the force on an electron with charge minus E will be, okay. So when electric field is applied, then the force on an electron and having charge minus E is given by, since F equals to how much? F equals to Q into E. Okay. Now if electron is there, so we know that the charge on the electron is minus E. So in that case, F will be equals to how much? Minus E, small e, that is the charge on electron, and into this E electric field. Okay. So let us represent with second equation. Now if an electron with mass m is moving in an electric field E with an average drift velocity u, then according to the Newton's law, the average change of momentum will be equal to applied force. Okay, so I would like to repeat, if the electron of mass m, okay, moving in electric field, moving in an electric field E with an average drift velocity u. Okay, then as per the Newton's law, then according to the Newton's law, we already know that the average change of momentum, this average change of momentum is equal to the applied force, Okay, so what is the average change of momentum? So average change of momentum is mass into this drift velocity u and upon this tau. Okay, tau is the average time interval between the collisions. And what is the applied force? Refer equation 2. The applied force is minus E and E. Okay, so let it suppose that this one is your third equation. Okay, now from here U will be how much? U will be minus E tau upon m. Okay, and put it as equation 4. Okay, so what is tau? Tau is the average time interval between the collisions. Okay, so if there are n electrons per unit volume, if there are n electrons per unit volume, okay, then electronic charge density is given by this electronic charge density can be represented as this rho v equals to minus n into E, where n is the number of electrons, okay, per unit volume, and E is the charge on the electron. Okay, put it as equation 5. Fine. So the conduction current density, so the conduction current density is given by this J equals to rho v into U. Okay, and if we put the values, okay, so if we have the U, the value of U and rho v also, okay, so the value of rho v is minus of n into E, and from the fourth equation we have the value of u also, that is minus E upon m into tau. Okay, so this is given by minus minus plus and n e square tau upon m into this, and this term is represented by sigma and then e. So J equals to this sigma into e. Okay, J equals to sigma into e. And what is sigma? So where this sigma is n e square tau upon m. Okay, and this sigma is the conductivity of the conductor. Okay, so this sigma is called the conductivity of the conductor. Okay, so this sigma is the conductivity of the conductor, and this particular relation is called the Ohm's law in point form. So whenever it is asked what is Ohm's law in point form or establish the relation for Ohm's law in point form, then you have to prove this J equals to sigma E. You have to derive this whole relation, Ohm's law in point form. Okay, now let's move further. So the next topic is polarization in dielectrics. Polarization in dielectrics. Okay, so let's understand and try to understand, make you understand what is polarization in dielectrics. So consider an atom of the dielectric as consisting of a negative charge minus q and positive charge plus q. Okay, so the whole atom or molecule is electrically neutral. Fine. So let's represent the electrically neutral molecule. So let us say this is a electrically neutral molecule, and the negative charges are there and positive charge is also there in the nucleus. Okay, and here since it is electrically neutral, so is 0. Okay, now when an electric field is applied, the positive charge is displaced from its equilibrium position in the direction of E. Okay, by which force? F equals to QE. Just now in the previous derivation I had explained that what is the electrostatic force. So F equals to QE. Okay, so if this particular dielectric is in the electrically neutral state, okay, now if we apply electric field, okay, then how it will be oriented, how the charges are oriented. So you can see this, when electric field is applied, then it will take the shape okay like this. And the electric field is applied. Okay, so this particular electrically neutral dielectric is subjected to this electric field E. Okay, now if this is subjected or electric field E is applied, the positive charge is displaced from its equilibrium position. You can see the positive charge is displaced, okay, in the direction of E. Fine. So by which force it happens? It is happening by F equals to F plus, you can say, equals to Q into E. So positive charge displacement along this E is due to this F equals to Q. Okay. While the negative charge is displaced in the opposite direction by the force F minus equals to Q into E. So this kind of force is acting on the charges when this molecule is subjected to electric field E. Okay. Now this particular condition can be represented as this electrically neutral molecule as it was before. Okay. And the set of two equal and opposite charges minus Q and plus Q and separated by a small distance d. Okay. So this one is negative and this one is positive. Okay. So a dipole results from the displacement of the charges, and this dielectric is said to be polarized. Okay. So with this, what is the conclusion? Ki a dipole results from the displacement of charges and the dielectric, which was electrically neutral, this dielectric is said to be polarized. Okay. Polarized. So how it is polarized? It is polarized under the action of this electric field. Okay. So what is the dipole moment? If you talk about what will be the dipole moment. So dipole moment I have explained earlier also. Dipole moment is given by, it is represented by P and given by product of charge and the distance between them. So it is Q into D. This is the dipole moment. Okay. Where Q is the charge and D is the distance between the two equal and opposite charges. So if there are n dipoles in a volume del V of the dielectric, then what will be the total dipole moment due to the electric field? Okay. So if there are n dipoles, then the total dipole moment is given by Q1 D1 plus Q2 D2 plus we have the n dipoles, capital N, so Qn and Dn. Okay, and this is given by the sigma Qk Dk. Okay, and this k equals to 1 to n. Okay, so for the system of n dipoles in a volume del V of the dielectric, the total dipole moment due to the electric field is given by this. Okay. So now polarization P is defined as the dipole moment per unit volume of the dielectric. Okay. So polarization polarization P is defined as the dipole moment per unit volume of the dielectric. So P can be written as limit del V tending 0 and this Qk dk where k equals to 1 to n upon this del V. Okay, and the unit is coulomb per meter square. Okay, thus the major effect of the dielectric field E on a dielectric is the creation of the dipole moment, okay, which aligns themselves in the direction of E. So this type of dielectric is said to be non-polar. As for example, we have the non-polar dielectrics at hydrogen, oxygen and nitrogen molecules. Okay, and also these non-polar dielectric molecules do not possess dipoles until the application of the electric field. Okay, so only in the action of under the influence of this electric field, these molecules are polarized and convert the dipoles. Okay, so the molecules which have built-in parameter dipoles that are randomly oriented are said to be polar. Okay, so when electric field E is applied to a polar molecule, the permanent dipole experiences a torque tending to align its dipole moment parallel with E. Okay, so for the polar molecules, if let's say this is a dipole plus Q and minus Q and separated by a small distance. Now if we apply electric field in this, okay, so if we apply electric field in this, then what will happen? Then this dipole will align itself in the direction parallel to E. Okay, so if it is subjected to electric field E, then it will be oriented like this: minus Q plus Q. Okay, D is the distance. Okay, and this is, let's say, the direction of electric field. So this dipole is aligned in the direction of this electric field E. Okay,